Welcome back to stage 4 out of 5 in our Rogue Legends campaign playthrough in BTD6, and I have the 2 worst artifacts in the game, and I'm just so I'm so upset about this because I didn't know what was happening, but now that I have kind of an idea of what's happening, I wish I had just picked some other ones because this impacts our whole entire strategy, which we're gonna have to change on this specific stage. So let me tell you guys what the problem is. And number 1 is this one called the Unspoken Heroes. Now this is a starter artifact which comes with our hero, which is Geraldo, and this artifact is apparently bugged out of its mind and it's causing a memory leak with your device. So I've been lagging like crazy, and this is the reason why. It's because this artifact is bugged, so you should not be picking this one until it gets fixed. But so far our entire strategy has been based on this one because the idea is that we're trying to get as many crits as possible, and we picked some other artifacts as well. Now the second artifact that's actually super problematic is this one. It's called Critical Success, and it's a rare one, mind you, which allows primary monkeys to their attack real time is increased by 75%, but they gain a 1 in 10 chance to crit for 900% damage. And I thought I would combine this with the essence of Bloons, so everyone is going to be able to crit, not just primary monkeys. But the problem is that after I picked this one, which was in the last video, if you guys watched that one, I kind of noticed that there's something wrong with it, that I didn't just get the DPS increase that I expected to get. And when I ran the numbers on this one, it turns out that this is a 3% increase. That is right, this gives you a 3% DPS boost. So this is a rare one, and this is absolutely just terrible for you to have. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna find the first shop and I'm gonna trade this guy off. But the goal for this one is, well, first off, let's see what the boss is. It's gonna be FaZe. I think we can deal with FaZe fairly easily with the towers that we have, although it's gonna be a little bit more difficult and the map is gonna be challenging, I think. But let's see what we can do. So full hearts, we either mentor or we enhance. Let's just see what we can enhance first. Dream Teams is probably gonna get traded off as well, so it's gonna be either Starting Strong, which is gonna give us a 5% extra attack speed, or it's gonna be this one, which is gonna increase the slow by banana farms. I think we're just gonna, if we're enhancing, it's gonna be either this one, but let's see what we can mentor. Maybe we do the 001 Super Monkey. Actually, it's about a 2,000 price increase, but it saves us about $1,500 actually, so might as well do this because the Super Monkey might be key in our further defense. Let's take this. Let's take the 001 Super Monkey. Yeah, so essentially because our strategy is based off of critting, and both our crit artifacts are absolutely terrible, they're the worst ones in the game, we are gonna need to do something else. So let's try and find some good ones actually. So yeah, I mean, our whole strategy, the whole idea was that we're gonna be playing off of crits actually. So look at this heli, for example. It is critting with every single attack that he has. And I was like, yes, let's create the perfect RNG based strategy, which is actually gonna beat the 5 stages. But it turns out that on the first shop that we encounter, guys, we need to get rid of 2 of our artifacts. So this entire strategy is gonna go to I guess it's gonna go to a trash bin, and we need to figure out something else. Alright, so there is nothing complicated for the first few encounters, I don't think. It's just that like a single 320 hell is gonna handle everything, but we're gonna be switching things up when we get the money, so we can start with something like a 001 Super Monkey. But for now, everything is just going super smoothly, and I'm just thinking about what we're gonna find in these chests, because we need to redo our entire strategy. So far, the only buffs that we have, it's just 1 token, by the way. We need some more tokens as well. But so far, the overall strategy that we have is just getting extra attack speed and damage on our towers. We don't have a direction. So let's check out these artifacts. Intelligence Agent, this is when the hero gets the MAB buff to everyone. I'm not sure if we need this one because we have a way of dealing with DDTs. Mighty Mulligan is actually an interesting one. And then just like magic, tier 5 magic monkeys' attack speed is halved. All monkeys in their radius deal 25% more damage to mob class Bloons. I am not sure about this one. We do have an Archmage, but I don't think I'm taking this one. I think we go for the Mighty Mulligan actually. Let's select it. Alright, this time rounds 10 to 22, but again, still not facing those super difficult rounds. So just something like a heli. I'm gonna drop Geraldo, and then we get some attack speed and some damage buffs. So the way that I'm looking at these artifacts, like I'm mentally separating them in 2 major categories. The first category is just like, you know, blanket buffs to your towers. Like for example, it's gonna give you extra attack speed, it's gonna give you extra damage, it's gonna allow your towers to like freeze Bloons like the one that we have, and it's just like a buff that covers every tower or like a certain category of towers, right? The second group of artifacts is gonna be the one that your strategy is based off of. So I'm talking about things like this crit, for example. A previous one in update 47 actually would have been, you know, before the 47.1 would have been the Splody Darts and like the Pops Fired, which is actually the strategy that we ran in our previous campaign, which was quite good honestly. Or maybe something like the crit that we're currently running, or maybe something like, I don't know, there's this like Druid artifact which I actually extracted if you guys watched the previous episode. But thankfully our tier 5 monkeys are actually quite decent. Let me get this support inspiration, by the way. It's around 22 out of 22. Yeah, we have the tier 5s like the Comanche Commander and the 502 Archmage, which is amazing. Well, they're gonna be great for FaZe for sure, but not sure what's gonna be the stage 5 boss. Hopefully not Bloonarius, although this is the fixed Bloonarius, by the way. So if we get Bloonarius on stage 5, it shouldn't be as difficult, or it shouldn't be a run ender as the previous one. Oh, we get our first map with actually 2 tracks instead of 1. Okay, so let's start with the heli actually, and then let's get the Let to Gold over here at the top, and then with the Let to Gold we're gonna make money to buy the Super Monkey, which is gonna be our main defense for this one. Let's switch things up a little bit. Alright, so there goes the money for the 001 Super Monkey. Kind of expensive, not gonna lie. 4.4k is not a joke, and I'm just thinking about the final boss that we're gonna face, because we're gonna have like about $30,000. So I guess we should be able to start with an Archmage and then something like a 001 Super. I think that would just buff up the Super Monkey, that should be fine. Like listen, I got a 4-1 Alchemist for this guy, and he is buffed up. He's a 202 crossfed, which means that he's quite strong at this point, but here's the problem. He has barely touched any Bloons at this point. 1.8k pops in comparison to the 20 and almost 30,000 pops on the heli. This heli is absolutely insane. Even though it's a 2-track map, it's still hunting all of these Bloons and it's still defeating them by itself. It's a crazy tower. Let's see what we get in this chest. So all of them commons. Oh my god, Divine Intervention. Alright, I see a lot of good ones actually. So Crystal Crash, support monkeys deal 1.5 times damage to frozen Bloons. Now we have this artifact that allows all of our towers to have a 10% chance to freeze Bloons, and thanks to the Dread Bloon artifact, everyone is going to be doing 1.5 times damage to frozen Bloons, but this is a little bit of a long shot, honestly. When it cooks, a military monkey's attack reload time is reduced by 25%, but the attack reload time is increased by 5% for each military monkey. Now, because again of the Dread Bloon artifact, this is going to be working for all towers. Now, let me just run the numbers on this one because I want to take it, but I'm not sure if this is worth it. So I'm going to be back in a second. Alright, so it turns out this is actually very much worth it, but you want to upgrade it as much as possible. So the rarity is 1 in 1200, and we want to get that one. But first off, let's select it. So I really like this one because it's just like a meme to have it in the first place. Let's get rid of the Super Monkey that it just gave us, and let's continue with our journey. So 2 more encounters. There's a legendary one in the back, by the way. Super excited about that one. Finally a legendary artifact. Alright, this is gonna be encounter number 3, I think. Yeah, so it's going pretty fast, and it's the logs, guys. Come on. I mean, there's no way you lose on logs, right? Let's just place the Super Monkey. Can I place Geraldo as well? Yes. Oh my god, this is the worst round to do a start like this. Camos and lets, and we cannot pop a single one. Let me quickly restart before we lose a heart. Let's actually start it like this. Let's get the Let to Gold, set it on close, get Geraldo as well, and then what are we starting with? Maybe we start with the Druid actually, and we give it the Cow Potion. Is this guy gonna be able to clear everyone with the Heart of Thunder? Let's try it actually. Okay, let's give it Camo. Let's go like this, upgrade it to 202. I'm not exactly confident that this is gonna work, because if we beat this round, the next one is gonna have a Moab, and then like a single Druid is not gonna be able to take care of the Moab, right? You know what? Let's actually try it like this. So we're making a lot of money off of these lead balloons, so if we can get to 4.4, we are gonna be, oh my god, this Let to Gold is insane. I think we actually are gonna be able to get to 4.4k and just start off with the Super Monkey. Let's just see. I mean, wait a minute, this Druid is actually crazy with all these lightnings because they can crit as well. So 4.4 right on time actually. Let's have it like this, I guess, with the Super Monkey, and the Smite is already happening. I just placed this. Is this like a good sign? Is this like a sign that things are actually gonna be great with this Divine Intervention that we picked up? Because I need some good news at this point, guys. I just got this guy over to the Dark Knight. I'm gonna give it the Jerry's Fire as well, and this should be more than enough, honestly. I'm just questioning if this is gonna be enough to deal with DDTs, because we are gonna start seeing DDTs, if not versus this boss, then versus the next one. And then honestly, because these rounds are just scaling super fast, like with this new change, we might even start that was ridiculous, by the way. That was like a couple of smites getting activated at once, I think. But yeah, just because we're gonna start seeing these higher rounds, we need to just take care of DDTs. This was a great job. The 502 Archmage, an absolutely just a phenomenal job, I think, even versus like the stage 5 boss, if it happens to be Bloonarius. Please no, but hopefully anything but Bloonarius for the stage 5. But let's continue our journey. So this one is Phase. I do think that we have a pretty good chance of defeating Phase, and these 2 next tiles are actually these next 3 tiles actually are very interesting. So first off, a chest. Let's see what we get. Wacky Wibbly Wavy. Helipilot attack real time is just 20%, and fire in a, yeah, it adds, not sure about this one. We've seen it. The glue gun projectiles move twice as fast and deal 2 damage on impact. Impact damage scales up to 10x with the amount of Bloons on screen, but it adds a 101. And now this is they always give you the wrong crosspad. I just I don't like this. Yeah, I think we actually had this one and we got rid of it, so let's just choose something between these 2. Honestly, probably this one, and we're gonna trade it off with the glue. I'm even gonna remove the glue because we probably don't need it. And let's continue with our first shop, in which we're gonna be able to trade off a bunch of these artifacts, maybe get something good. Alright, every single one of these is a common one, which is absolutely not a good sign, but maybe we can find some good ones within them. Like for example, this one, Ceramic Chunker. Do we have it? I don't see it on our side. Ceramic Chunker is good because Private Monkeys deal 2 bonus damage to ceramic balloons, but again, I guess for the 5th 5th time, but we do have the Dreadbloon artifact, so this is gonna affect everyone. And I'm gonna trade off for this one, Critical Success, the absolutely terrible artifact, which is a 3%. That's a 3% damage increase, and it takes away a lot of attacks from a tower. So let's just trade it off. We're getting actually a good one for a change. This is just like a straight net buff, and I really love those types of artifacts because usually it takes something away from you. We could get this one, Ceramic Chunker, to deal 3 bonus damage, and I don't know, I feel like it's Divine Intervention, guys, just because the Super Monkey is gonna go ham, and this is like a huge increase, 1 in 1200. We get a lot of attack speed back, by the way, just because we just took away the artifact that removes attack speed from us, so that's great. And let's go into our final, and this is gonna be the legendary encounter. Yes, we're gonna get a legendary one finally. And I gotta say, these changes in update 47.1 are actually kind of decent. So far I'm at about 35 minutes through my recording, I think, for stage number 4. So I think this is gonna take about 45-ish minutes for one stage, which is actually quite acceptable. I think I mentioned this in the previous episode, but I don't mind playing 45 minutes, but I think we can go lower than 45 as well. I don't have a number in mind because it depends on which path you take, but let's say the longest path is gonna be something like 45 minutes. That's absolutely acceptable to me. Alright, so legendary artifacts, and let's see what we get. So a 005 Heli. Now the thing is, we already have a 025, so this is out of the question. Maybe Gatling Gun, the main attack is reduced to 50%, but attack reload time is reduced 50%. Here's the thing, I'm not sure how this thing works because we have the rare one, I think, and the rare one reduces the attack damage to 70%. So this one gets it even lower, but it gives you more attack speed. And then this one's Zig then Zag. All military monkeys shoot in a zigzag pattern. Projectiles move 20% slower, but attack speed is 40% faster. So everyone is going to be attacking this pattern, by the way, because of the Dreadbloon one. So I think we take this one. I'm not exactly sure of the baby Gatling one because I need to do the numbers of this one. And it just doesn't feel good. Now, let's take the Zig then Zag, and then we're going to decide what we do. But finally, a legendary artifact. Is there going to be a legendary in the shop as well? That would be insane. Oh my god, there actually is high impact glue. Look at this one. Glue gun projectiles move twice as fast and deal 6 damage on impact. And impact damage scales up to 10x with the amount of balloons on screen. Adds a 200. Oh, guys, I think we're taking the glue one. I think if we get something like a 230 glue, it's gonna be funny. That's what it's gonna be funny, having a glue do a lot of damage. So let's take it. Wait a minute, can we even afford this thing? I mean, I guess we could trade off the dream themes because we're not getting much use out of this one either. Guys, I think it's time. I think it's time for the Unspoken Heroes to go. This one is increasing our DPS by about 25%, which is insane. And we're gonna lose a lot of damage if we sell this guy, but I feel like in the name of just watchability of the content that I'm making, I just have to get rid of this one because this is bugged. And I don't want to do this, by the way, because it's a really nice one, but it just has to go. So let's take the glue one just for fun. This is 18 artifact power. That's just it's just a meme having this one at this point. So which map is FaZe going to be on? This is Scrapyard. Okay, I think we can manage Scrapyard in a way. So he's going to be teleporting a lot, and teleporting is a little bit unpleasant on this map. How do we want to start this? So we have the Archmage for 22.4, and we have the 025 Helis, which actually have innate camo, which is also nice. Another problem is going to be that he's going to be switching the spawn point of these Bloons. So I would rather actually defend with the Helis instead of the Archmage for this one. Yeah, let's get the Helis. 3.7k. Do we buy Geraldo at this point? I don't know what Geraldo would contribute. Maybe like camo detection for the secondary tower that's going to be defending. Get Jerry up and running. Yeah, and I think we just hit start at this point. 120k, by the way, on the HP on this guy. But we need to save up cash for some other stuff that we want to buy. And look at this thing. Smooth sailing, by the way. 0 lag because we removed the Unspoken Heroes. This is so nice to play. A tower that I'm looking to get is the 001 Super into the 002 for the camo detection because everyone is going to be like a camo balloon at this point. So let's just proc the first class, see what we get. I think Weakening is going to be fine. Let's just see how far this guy's going to teleport. Hopefully not too much. Oh, that's looking like a decent teleport actually. Oh my god, he's even going to take the turn. All right. This is not good. That's a super long teleport. Let's try and get rid of 2 skulls then. Let's buy the 002 actually on the Super Monkey, and then let's lock these guys in place. Oh my god, look at this Super Monkey. Wait a minute, let me just move them on the side so you guys can see. Look at this guy's projectiles. He's throwing so many darts. It's actually crazy. Yes, give me some Divine Intervention now. I want to see some crits going. Are we seeing the crits go? Yes, we just saw one. That's insane. 1 in 1200 chance. If we can get the legendary on that one, that is just gonna solo bosses like crazy. FaZe was such a good boss to have. Actually, you know what was good? It was very lucky that we got the 025 crossbat onto our Helis and not the 205, because if we would have gotten the 205, this would have been a very bad well, not necessarily as bad of a run, but it's just like very unpleasant in the way that we have to deal with, because it's probably gonna have to be like the Super Monkey, right? This guy's set on strong. Yeah, he is. So that's another our skull proccing, and the boss is gonna move away from the range of the super monkey. Oh no, DDTs, wait a minute. Can we even deal with DDTs? I mean, if I can get the glue strike. Oh, we're not dealing with them. Okay, so let's get the glue strike. Are we holding them in place? Oh my god, no way. We're gonna lose to DDTs. And that's exactly the problem with the Archmage. I can get the Archmage, but he's gonna keep teleporting and we cannot follow him around. So I think we just do this. I don't like buying this guy. Look at all these prices that we're gonna just spend so much money on. 7.2k on the Dark Knight, 2.3 and 3,000 on the Plasma Blasts. I wish we just had this one as an insta. It would cost like, what, $7,000 or something like that. Let's get our heli in some spot on the side because we're gonna be able to teleport this guy at least and follow the boss along. Set the heli to pursuit, and then I'm just gonna get Geraldo, and I want to save the rest of the cash in case we just need to intervene with something. So let's see how much of a difference this is gonna make. Set the super on strong. Essentially what we're doing is we're playing off of divine intervention and just the crits happening, and I already saw 2 crits happening, so we just need a little bit of time, and just I guess the Dark Knight is gonna be fine versus DDTs in a way. Wait a minute, where's this teleport gonna go? Okay, so we can actually go like this. If he's here, can he see the boss? I think he can. Yeah, I have him set on strong, so this is good. All right, this is nice. So I actually have no solution about the DDTs that are gonna be upcoming and how to continue doing damage with Dark Knight. I guess we could wait for the boss to just come on the other side, but that's not gonna happen because he's moving way too slow. I think the solution is actually gonna be just sell the Dark Knight and rebuy it here on the side, and I'm not sure if we're gonna have the money to do so. So let's just wait for this next skull to proc. Let's make sure we get some good boosts. At this point, we have the quickening, we have the precision. What do we want to get? Let's reroll actually. Support inspiration. This might be nice because it's gonna give us a little bit of extra range though. Yeah, let's take this one. Let's see how big of a range increase we're gonna get on a super monkey. It's kind of decent. Is this gonna allow us to teleport him? I don't think so. All right, so what we can do is we can get a new super monkey at this point. Can I have the super monkey like this? Okay, we can. That's very good. Get the Dark Knight. Set this guy on strong, and I think it's time, guys. I think this Dark Knight needs to go on the side. So let's go like this. Rebuy it. Absolutely not the ideal way to do this, but we're gonna have DDTs in a second, and I think it's time. So here we go. Here comes the DDT, and the DDT is getting dealt with, which is absolutely perfect. So this is what we should have done on the previous one. Yeah, these DDTs don't stand a chance, it looks like. The invisible potion still hasn't upgraded, but that's completely fine because the shield is out. We're getting a good chunk of procs onto the divine intervention, which was actually a lifesaver that we got. That was crazy that we got it like just a few stages ago, and we actually upgraded it to the rare one. This is an absolute run saver, guys. Nothing would have been possible without this one. I guess the super monkeys would have just had a lot of attack speed, but things wouldn't have gone like this because the helis didn't work versus DDTs. And there goes phase. There goes stage 4. We lost a life. Not ideal, but that's very good. All right, and now finally we get the essence of phase. So we're gonna get the chance to extract this one. I don't have the essence of phase actually. Let's see what we get. A 520 for 315. Can you actually afford this in a game of Rogue Legends? Like, is there even a point in going for this one? And then the ace, the 500. This is an interesting one though. It gives camo to all monkeys, and they deal triple damage to camo balloons. Also, the heroes can act as like an Arctic Wind Ice, so that's nice. So I think I'm just gonna select the essence of phase, and I'm gonna extract it because I don't have it. Stage 4 completed. Let's see how much time this took. 23 hours. That's amazing. Let me just check the recording actually. It's about 55 minutes, give or take. So yeah, about an hour you can say that for one stage. And then this is gonna be the last one, guys. Stage 5 out of 5. Let's see what we have on this one. So where is this? The final stuff. Wait, this is actually the final boss. I thought it was gonna be somewhere on the right side, but so how do we want to do this one? I see 2 legendary tiles here on the right side. This is one and this is the second one. Honestly, that is about 10 encounters that I'm looking at. And if we take this left path, it's gonna be only 5. No, it's gonna be 6 in total, and I don't mind playing 6, especially because this is gonna go into the 40s as well. So let's take this left path. Let's see what the boss is gonna be. What's this one? It's Blast the Populace. Alright, so Blast the Populace as the stage 5 boss. First off, thankfully it's not Bloons. Okay, now let's check out the monkeys. I guess the 002 super monkey is gonna be amazing. This is, oh my god, this is only, look at this thing, a $290 increase in the price, but the Ultra Vision is 1,440. That is crazy. You have to be getting this, right? There's no way around it. Yeah, let's just get it, guys. Not sure if we're gonna be seeing too many issues on this one. Let me just see the HP of the Bloons and the speed. So 112 speed, 124 in the ceramics. This is absolutely not looking complicated at all. You know what we could do on this one though? Let's start with the glue because we cannot start with the heli. Let's see the glue in action, guys. Let's see how good a I guess let's just keep it as a 210. So this guy's supposed to be doing damage. No way he's one-shotting these guys. I mean, it's not one-shotting ceramics. ceramics, that's for sure, but maybe like these guys, the zebras, he's gonna be able to one-shot. Wait a minute, it's very interesting the way that this guy works, because once a balloon is glued, it is not attacking it seems like. Look at this ceramic, for example, it's set on first, but it's not gonna attack any of these glued balloons, even though these are the first ones. Okay, I don't like this. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in the bugged category because this doesn't seem right. There's a fortified ceramic that this glue is just gonna let through just because, well, for absolutely no reason, it seems like. I mean, the glue expired, so it's gonna attack them now, I think. Yes, there we go. But unless the glue hose like goes ham onto these balloons, I don't think that this artifact is gonna stay in our roster for way too long, guys. Okay, so we have the money for the glue hose, and we're gonna have a Moab on this round, so let's buy it. This guy's attacking like crazy. Oh no, count balloons. Wait a minute. Oh yikes, we need the heli like ASAP. Let's get the heli. I'm just gonna keep the heli like I think like this. I'm just gonna keep it in place, and let's see how strong the glue is gonna be versus this mob. So it glues it once. Oh my god, this is terrible. This is atrocious. He is attacking the mob, but he doesn't keep attacking it once it glues it. Oh my god, this artifact is just gonna disappear from our roster in a second. I don't like this thing one bit. I thought it was just gonna keep attacking continuously, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. So this is an absolute waste of time. You just don't get this one, guys. This doesn't look good at all. Again, I think this is bugged. It's not supposed to work like this probably, but this is, I guess until it gets fixed, just get rid of this one. Go, go, go. There is a mini game waiting for us. Hopefully not a racing one. Let's see what it is. It is a least cash one on Ravine. Are you kidding me? Ravine? I don't know how to make this one happen, guys. I was thinking of getting two helis because one of them is 3.6, so that's gonna put us at $7,210 for both helis. Geraldo is $750, so let's just round that up to like 8k. So we have $3,000 left to go. And with those $3,000, you guys are not gonna believe this, but I actually wanted to place a farm like this so that we make a little bit of use out of the 15% slowdown, and then just use the rest of the cash for like Geraldo items like a sharpening stone or something like that. I think that's the plan. Yeah, let's try and do it like that. Let's get the second heli going. All right, I mean, so far doing very well. We have about $3,000 left to spend, and I was thinking of just giving both of these guys like a Jerry's Fire each. Let's see what we can get out of these guys. So it's either gonna be damage, or I don't think we need any more pierce actually. So let's just get the damage. I'm afraid to reroll because I don't want to get anything bad. And if we get like a choice of 3 insta monkeys, then we're gonna have to hit a reroll for actual cash, and that means cash spent. So I don't want to risk it. So I'm just choosing the first ones that I see. And oh, we're seeing the first signs of trouble around 20 actually. So let me get let's have one of these helis on follow mouse actually. So let's keep this one on the right side, and then the left one should automatically just pick up the balloons like that. If I had to guess, the even numbered rounds are actually the ones that are gonna be a problem. But thankfully not too many of them left. This is probably kind of the last round that we have to more seriously deal with. I mean, 25 is probably gonna be an interesting one as well, but because this one is shorter, I'm just kind of trying to play it slow. Hopefully no BFBs on this one. Alright, so we're popping these balloons, no problem it seems like, especially with the Jerry's Fire. The Jerry's Fire might actually be getting buffed thanks to these boots, guys. It might be becoming a little bit stronger by itself as well, but I think we got the yes, we do. We get the legendary. That's very nice. 10,860, and the cutoff was about 11,000. So that's amazing. I mean, one more unexpected legendary one. Let's see what we get. Alright, so unification, primary monkeys now count as all monkey categories. We have the triple one, saw this one, and we actually passed on this one the last time we saw it. Heli-powered attack real time is just 40%. So this is just kind of playing off of the helis, but we're actually trying to destroy the boss with the super monkeys. Let's check out this one. Alchemist reload and ability cooldown reduce 50% with a 1 in 20 chance for 50x crit. Yeah, I'm not sure we're playing off of the alchemists as well, so I think we're just gonna take the heli one, and the heli is gonna be clean up, and we're just gonna try and destroy, blast the populace with the super monkey, or maybe some maybe like the 025 Comanches as well. But let's just make our heli a lot stronger, as if we need to, guys. Let's remove the one that we just caught, the 200, because we have a better version of it. And let me actually see how good this new heli is. Set it on pursuit. So we have 2 artifacts that make these guys' attacks go crazy. We have the zigzag, and then we have the wacky wibbly one. I think we might have made the heli a little bit too strong. Around 24 out of 26, these balloons are barely moving. Like, this guy is soloing the entire thing, and I feel like if I just keep placing the 3, yeah, look at this thing. If I just keep placing the 320 heli up until Blast the Populace, it's probably gonna win unless it's a map with 2 tracks at this point, right? Yeah, that was just like super quick and honestly super easy. So that might be what we're going to be doing up until the end of this game. We have a couple of interesting things waiting for us though. There's like a mini game as well. 1 chest, 2 campfires at least, and then at least 2 more shops. So let's see what the first shop has to offer. Okay, no legendary ones, although 1 rare, and I think we already have a version of this one. Yeah, it's this one, starting strong, and we're going to get the rare variant of this one. So I'm actually going to take this one. Why not? And actually on second thought, I might even want to be getting this one. Magic monkeys push balloons back on hit, but this is going to affect obviously all of the monkeys, so might as well throw in this this one in the mix. It sounds like a great combo with the Dreadloon artifact. Let's get it and then let's maybe upgrade it in this campfire that's upcoming. Alright, so a chest. Let's see what we get in this one. Hopefully some rare ones. Nope, sticky situation. Prime monkeys deal 1.5 times damage to glue balloons, and we don't like any of these. I think I'm just gonna get this one so we can trade it off later in the shop. Okay, so now out of all these ones, I know exactly what I want to do. I want to enhance an artifact, and I want to enhance this one, which is going to make magic monkeys, or I should say all monkeys, push balloons back. So essentially everyone is gonna get like the knockback from the super monkey, and that's kind of crazy because our heli is still becoming stronger. It's gonna keep pushing balloons back. Alright, so just place the heli, set this guy on pursuit, and I guess I'm gonna be seeing you guys in a short while. And I think this is like a chest upcoming, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in a second for the chest. Let's see what this next chest is gonna give us. Probably something to trade off with the merchant. Hopefully something of a rare, really just like magic. Tier 5 magic monkeys. Oh, we saw this one actually. All monkeys in the radius deal 30% more damage to mob class balloons. Okay, so what this means is that you place your tier 5 magic tower and then you place other ones so that they can, I guess, be stronger versus mob class balloons, or in this case bosses. The thing is, usually the tier 5 monkey deals with the boss itself, so not sure how useful this one is going to be. Spirit of Adventure. Hero end of round XP increased 45% and hero attack speed increased by 10%, but non-hero monkeys' attack speed is reduced. No. And pops fired. When a balloon on fire is popped, it explodes. What do we take? Honestly, this one just so we can trade it off, just because it's a rare one, so it's worth a lot more artifact power. And again, we're facing encrypted, which we did see in the previous stage. So the heli actually did quite well versus encrypted, and this super buffed heli is gonna do even better. But let me just check some of these rules in the modifiers. 109 and 118 that's ram heli and the more health. I think the heli can deal with these guys by itself. We're back. We have another minigame waiting for us. Can we get another legendary one? Hopefully not a race. That's a racing one. I mean, we're gonna play it out. It's fine. I mean, listen, like a heli is not gonna do too bad, honestly. Do we just go for something like the attack as well? Because I know that something like the Blade Maelstrom is very good in racing, but maybe these like races that you see in Rogue Legends are a little bit different than the ones that you see in Vanilla BT6. So I'm just gonna start things off like this. I'm gonna send in like just not too many rounds at once. I'd also go for something like this, like the Beast Handler. I feel like the Beast Handler is gonna be great. Not sure how much Pierce this guy has, but let's just buy it. Let's switch things up a little bit. And I still don't see a single balloon incoming, even though we have like 4 rounds sent. So do we go a little bit harder on these guys? Let's just send up to round 20. Let's see when the hell he's gonna start having some issues. Let me get the Velociraptor as well. Oh, this guy is attacking like crazy though. Let's give the heli the Sharpening Stone plus 1 Pierce. It would be really nice if we could give this guy an Alchemist. And then I also noticed these Blade Maelstroms. Actually, let me just give it the Cherry's Fire, by the way. We have these Blade Maelstroms. We need to send a couple more rounds, by the way. And if things become a little bit too dicey, we can do this probably. We have 1 in stock so far. How is everything looking, guys? We sent like up to around 25. Is this heli actually, with the help of the Velociraptor, are they actually destroying everything? And give the Super Monkey actually Pierce, not the top crosspad, but the middle one. And I think we can send up to round 30 at this point. We have 1.5 minutes remaining. What else can we do? We can give the Super Monkey the Cherry's Fire as well. Oh, actually, are these guys kind of starting to pull through? Let's do them 2 by 2. Oh my god, I clicked I clicked up to 33. That's fine. Let's send all of them actually. I don't know how much time a single round takes to go out, and you need to be taking that into account as well while doing these things. Let's go for the T-Rex next then, and I think we're just gonna be doing some Blade Maelstrom. So let's get the T-Rex. It has a very nice ability as well, and let me just let's go like this. Let's use a Blade Maelstrom just to wipe everything. We can probably use all of them actually. 4 in stock. T-Rex ability coming out in a second. And how's the timer looking? 2:20 so far. I mean, we're fine as long as balloons like stop coming out. As long as the rounds just don't come out, we're probably gonna be fine for the legendary one, right? Let's get the GD up as well. I mean, how do we speed this thing up? I spent all the money. Oh, we get it. We actually do get it. 2:49 on the clock. That was actually close. Yeah, so you want to be sending these rounds a little bit earlier, it looks like, versus these races. And honestly, I suck at these things, and this was like a lucky win. Let's see what we get. Primary Specialist. Primary monkey attack real time and cooldowns are reduced by 35%, but all other monkey categories have their Pierce and ability cooldown speed reduced by 15%. So how does this work with the Dreadloon relic? I guess it's gonna counteract itself in a way, and it's probably gonna be a net buff, right? As far as I'm reading this. Let me just check out this one. So Ceramic Chunker Primary Monkeys deal 6 bonus damage to ceramics. And Spirit of Adventure. I don't think I like this one. I think we take Primary Specialist because all of these guys are going to cancel each other out, and it is going to be a net buff, I feel like. So let's select it. That's just even more attack speed for all our towers. This is going to be super nice for the crits, by the way, as expected. And this is going to be a map which you cannot just place a 3-2-0 heli in and just win, because we're going to have DDTs. So I'm going to start with the heli. It's around 18 actually, and we barely have any money left over. Yeah, this is where the stage 5 experience comes into play. So the way that I want to deal with this one is we're going for a 202 Super Monkey, probably a 203 actually, just to deal with the DDTs. You guys want to watch the heli for a second in action? Look at what this guy's doing. Around 30, and the Bloons have not gone past the heli platform, I don't think, so far. And we've seen some BFBs, and actually maybe even 45 BFBs. Yeah, there we go. Look at what this guy's doing. This is crazy. And 34 ending. Yeah, there we go. 35. So the first DDTs, and we're gonna see a couple more. I think it's either on 37 or on 38. That was the first, second, and it's one more DDT incoming. I think that's 3 in total. We didn't even see it just because it got evaporated. So yeah, these DDTs are starting to become a little bit beefier, and there we go. This is the second DDT round, 37. I think then 38 should have no DDTs, but yeah, one of the upcoming DDT rounds, I think it's like in the 40s, you actually see like a huge chunk of 45 DDTs, and that can be a run ender actually. I know this from experience. I know this because I lost an entire campaign on stage 1 thanks to 45 DDTs. There we go. We cleaned this one out, and I think we have one more balloon encounter before the final boss. It's gonna go well into the 40s. There we go, around 42. We get 3 tokens, which is really nice, and we have one last campfire. So we can either choose to heal the 1 heart that we're missing, or we can probably mentor or enhance. Now, when it comes to mentoring, I would rather mentor this guy into the 102, but there's a little bit of an issue. When you get the 102, this is the laser cannon, and our final boss is Blast the Populace. So this thing is going to be filling up the heat bar of Blast the Populace a little bit faster, and this is kind of, you know, it takes away the opportunity of going for something like a 0-2-3. So instead, I'm going to do this, which is going to get the price up to 8,000. It's a little bit beefy on the price, but this is absolutely worth it, and then we can decide which crosspath we want to take. So $8,000 is a little bit on the more expensive side, but you do start the final boss with a lot of cash, so I don't think it should be an issue. So let's clear out this final encounter as well. This is going to be around 20 to 42. Since we don't see these 40s that too often, it's around 41 out of 42. So let's try and pay attention on actually what's coming out. It's still a lot of lead balloons, so maybe just keeping the lead to gold up until this point is not going to be a bad idea. It's honestly just such a cheap tower that even if you sell it, you're not going to be getting too much cash back, so might as well leave it on the field, because I don't know guys, lead's in the 40s. I think there are some in the 30s as well, but oh, look at this one. Look at this round, 42. This is, I don't know, it reminds me of 95 from Vanilla BT6. A lot of DTs, but again, for our setup, not too much of an issue. So that was the last balloon encounter, and let's go to the, well, there's a shop first, and then we're gonna go to the final boss. So I don't see any legendary ones. There's only one common one, which is gonna be what? Ability stacking. Do we need this? Are we stacking an ability? Actually, I don't think so. I don't think we are. Honestly, I would rather just get this from portability, as funny as it sounds, just because this final map can be a tricky one, and there might be like a lot of war space or just not enough land space. So I think this is gonna be just like a safe choice of an artifact. I really like everything else that we have, and let's finally get it. The stage 5 final boss. This is gonna be Blast the Populace, and it is going to be on 4 circles. This is the luckiest map that I've ever seen, but it starts from round 35 and it goes up to 70. So a lot of DDTs, a lot of 45 DDTs, and might even see some bad on this one actually. Alright, so I'm not even gonna show you guys my first attempt. I lost a heart. That's because I restarted, but I placed down the wizard, and that was just a ridiculous thing to do because Blast the Populace has purple properties, and I completely forgot. I thought it was only gonna fill up the heat bar faster, but it actually just doesn't attack at all. So let's do it like this. Let's go for the 025 heli, and then I'm gonna buy the small ones as well. We don't have money for Geraldo, so I'm gonna set the small one to pursuit, but we're gonna have to micro the big ones. And let's go. Let's see if these guys can defeat Blast the Populace. I would. Oh my god, they're just destroying the HP. This is crazy. Oh, this is not gonna even close, guys, for the stage 5 boss. Nope. Let's reroll. Let's get some precision is fine. Let's get like 15% extra damage. I'm fine with that. Now let's get Geraldo going as well. And listen, this is a great thing because the helis are just gonna have unobstructed vision, because all of these, like, oh wait a minute, this is gonna be the second loss due to me not paying attention actually, because DDTs. I lost the DDTs again, and oh my god, I completely forgot about DDTs. Can we just like somehow destroy them with the 320 heli, and then what else can we do? Okay, so we barely defended those guys, but the 025s are actually terrible versus them. So here's what we can do. We can actually still save this one, guys. So let's try and do as much damage as possible. We know that the next DDTs are coming out on round 37. Let's get this one, support quickening rare. Let's just get a lot of extra attack speed. And here's what I was planning on doing. When the next deities appear on round 37, I wanted to sell these guys, the Comanches, and I wanted to get something like a 203 super. Problem with that is going to be that it's not going to be able to attack not Bloonarias, but Blast the Populace at all. So I guess the only damage versus the boss is going to be, like, funny enough, the 320 heli, but we're about halfway there with the HP. This is like probably like a bad time to prog this skull, honestly. 204 Darling though, how good can this guy be versus the boss? Do we give it a shot? Let's actually try and see it, because we do have a lot of attack speed buffs, and this is about the time in which, oh my god, deities incoming. Can I just let me sell let me sell the Comanches, please? We are keeping the deities in place, but we need to be able to sell them. And I need Geraldo, by the way. Give this guy the Jury's Fire, because it does do a little bit of damage versus deities. And can we sell finally? Yes, let's sell these guys. Let me go for our 302 Dark Knight, which is going to be able to deal with deities, so that's good. Unfortunately, he does 0 damage to the boss. He's not even touching the boss, and this heli is going to keep chasing the small balloons, so we need the 204 Darkling actually for this one. Actually, this last Blast the Populace is proving to be a little bit trickier than I thought, because I actually started with the wizard. I'm not even going to show you guys that one. That's a little bit embarrassing, but just because you're playing on these higher rounds, you need different types of and different sources of damage. You need to deal with all types of balloons. So we got $9,000, and let me just place this one. Can we have it in the middle? We can. Let's just have it like this. Oh my god, look at how fast this guy's attacking, by the way. Let's target towards the boss. How much damage can this guy do versus the boss? Our 204 Darkling. Let's give it, I guess, a little bit more attack speed is not going to hurt anymore, right? Let's just have it like this. I'm going to micro it myself, by the way. This Darkling does have a little bit of a problem, which is he doesn't have any camo detection, but hopefully the heli and the Dark Knight are going to be enough versus all the camo balloons. And now it's just taking down the boss. Alright, so one skull remaining. Hopefully this one is not, it's not going to proc the heat bar, is it? This reminds me of the elite one, actually, which doesn't fill up the heat bar, but you only fill up the heat bar essentially through proccing skulls and not from actual attacks, because the attacks, they don't do anything versus the boss. And there it is, guys. This is the stage 5 Blast the Populace actually getting defeated. We did it on round 40, which is good. So we actually defeated the boss earlier than the latest balloon encounter that we had, which ran up to round 42, which is kind of crazy. There it is, stage 5. We get it done. I'm super happy about this one. Let's see, do we, like, how does this work when you get this? This is my first one. So you get something to you get an artifact to extract the essence of Blast the Populace, tier 5, and level 20 heroes burn balloons, and effective balloons take an extra +4 damage from all sources. And then the boomerang or the monkey ace. So what do we extract? I feel like we're gonna extract something that we want to keep, and you can actually only keep one of these. So that's gonna be the essence of Blast the Populace. So let me get this one. Now let's get the essence of Blast the Populace. Let's get the bosses first. There we go. And that is stage 5. So let's see how long this one took us. So the timer is about 2 hours. So in total, I would say about 5 hours to complete the entire campaign, but apparently it is 1 day. That is great. We also took the shortest routes possible whenever. So this is like 5 hours at minimum, it looks like that it's gonna take you. And yeah, with that being said, the game is gonna do it. We're gonna discover yet another bug, guys. So there is nothing to do, and it is not taking us back to the main menu, or I don't know. Can we do something about this one? My game crashed. Let's actually see. Do we have yes, okay, so it counts the campaign as one, and we can actually select chimps mode. So endless campaign, no artifact extraction, after stage 5, 3 hearts instead of 5, and each map plays like chimps. So 1 life, no selling. That's ridiculous. Alright, so I've heard that chimps is actually not that difficult, honestly, but we might give it a shot in the future. We get the essence of Blast the Populace, and that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching this entire campaign, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.